name is Stephanie Nitschke, and I'm going to read an informative speech to you on why you shouldn't judge a dog by its breed. It's called Don't Judge a Dog by Its Breed. Have you ever seen a dog and based on its breed or appearance, you were afraid or hesitant to be around it? If so, I would like to tell you just why you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. You shouldn't judge a dog by its breed. All dogs have the ability to become aggressive, no matter what their size or breed may be. The fact is, most dogs, like kids, learn their bad behaviors based on how they were raised, or their behaviors were never initially corrected. Much like people, dogs who have bad behaviors, such as aggression, can be rehabilitated and become loyal, loving pets for the right person or family. First, let's talk about the importance of how a dog is raised. It is important to start training and teaching your dog acceptable behaviors and manners as early as possible. In fact, allowing a dog to play bite is important in teaching him that his bites do hurt. Also, it allows him to know the strength of his own jaws. An adult dog that wasn't allowed to bite as a puppy can actually inflict serious injury on a person if it's provoked or becomes frightened. A dog that is socialized with humans and other dogs is less likely to be aggressive. When a dog is not socialized, it has the potential to become afraid of strangers and defensive towards other dogs, and mostly men and children. When a bad behavior is noticed, it is important to correct the mistake in order to prevent further occurrences. When a bad behavior is tolerated as a puppy, it could lead to repetitive behaviors as an adult dog. Not only the dog will be much larger and much stronger, possibly not even realizing its own strength. When people fear a dog, the dog can sense the fear and become timid and fearful itself, leading to defensive behaviors. Although even with frequent socialization, it's important to remember that not all dogs, like humans, will get along. Second thought I'd like for you to consider is the size of the dog and how it relates to their aggressiveness. I'd be willing to bet more people are afraid of a larger dog versus a small dog. When in fact small dogs may look cute and cuddly, they're not all gentle creatures like some like to believe they are. Dachshunds are actually known for having a fearsome reputation for their size, but research has found that 1 out of 5 have tried to bite a stranger or have bitten a stranger. 1 out of 2 have snapped at their owners, and some small breed dogs can just be as territorial and protective as larger breed dogs. Based on a survey conducted by Deborah Duffy, Ewing Su, and James Serpell at the University of Pennsylvania's Center for the Interaction of Animals in Society, Dachshunds were found to be the most aggressive, followed by the Chihuahua. This is actually a picture of a Chihuahua, much smaller dog than what anybody would realize would probably be aggressive. This is a Dachshund, another very small dog which nobody would think would be very aggressive or fearful of. After the Chihuahua and the Dachshund, the Beagle was the next small dog that was the most feared as far as aggression goes. As far as large dog goes, the Akita was the second most aggressive dog for the large breeds, and the Pit Bull Terrier was known to be the most aggressive of the large breed dogs. Last, I'd like for you to consider the potential most dogs have to be able to change their oftentimes bad learned behaviors. There are different types of dog aggression. Dominance aggression, which is more like the alpha dog, one is more superior than the other. Fear-based aggression, which comes from dogs that are abused and in bad homes. They're used for fighting, which oftentimes Pit Bull Terriers are. Maternal, protective, and sibling rivalry aggression is where the mother's protecting the puppies or the siblings are fighting. And territorial, possessive aggression, such as when animals become aggressive and when guarding their food bowls. Although some types of aggression are considered normal, such as maternal, protective, sibling rivalry, and territorial, possessive, others are not acceptable and must be corrected in order to have an obedient dog. For the dog that is dominant aggressive, it is important to establish leadership through training and teaching. Fear-based aggression, you may need to provide extra support, patience, and affection for that dog. dogs who are maternal, protective, sibling rivalry aggressive, it is important to socialize them early with people as well as other animals, as well as, if possible, they can have hormonal medications that will help them. The territorial, possessive dog, you just need to counter condition them, as well as give early training. Some believe that all aggressive dogs should be euthanized, but it's not always the best answer, just as people aren't always put on death row for the crimes that they commit. It is important to remember that some individuals purposely train dogs for aggressive reasons for their own benefit or pleasure. I have pictures here that demonstrate that is a bite wound inflicted by a pit bull terrier, which you can see required sutures, so it was pretty bad. And the most aggressive small dog being the dachshund, that was actually a bite. You can see in the middle there, it broke the skin, and there's quite a bit of bruising all around it from just the dachshund. So both dogs, being one large, one small, both still have the ability to cause serious damage to people. In conclusion, not all dogs should be judged based on their size or breed. It's important to remember that all dogs have the ability to be aggressive, no matter what size or breed they may be. In order to have a sociable, friendly dog, you need to socialize them early and teach them training, correct their bad behaviors. Size doesn't matter when it comes to aggression. Everyone makes mistakes, even dogs. Some people believe that there are no bad dogs, just bad owners. So, just as a rule of thumb to remember, you shouldn't always judge a dog by its breed or size.